Hi everyone, I wanted to show you some of my crystals. I think you've seen this one. This is one of my dino crystals here that come from Brazil. I inherited this from my uncle, several of these from my uncle, the big ones. And a piece, it fell and a piece popped off, but I think it fell off of, let's see, no, somewhere. Oh, right here. It was sticking under here. So anyway, there's that. This is one that I lived in Austin for some time, and I was looking in the dirt. We lived in an old house, and I had a stick in my hand, and just this part right here was sticking up out of the dirt. So I got my little stick, and I thought, well, that's a piece of glass. Someone's going to hurt themselves. Well, a little bit later, I come out with this big crystal, and this quartz, which was a trip. I'm real weird about digging up quartz for some weird reason. You'll hear about the next story too. This one is my rose quartz. If you can see the pink. Anyway, this is a rose quartz that was at my uncle's house after he died. I was very sad and I was mourning. He was one of my closest uncles, and so I was mourning and crying and carrying on. And then I just started digging under this pecan tree for no apparent reason at all. And I found this rose quartz. And I held it to my heart, and I was like, that's such a message from him, like he wanted me to find that. He told me to dig there. So it's very special to me. It did a lot of healing for me. Then I've got this one. Wait, is that the one I just had? Yeah, that's the one. Watch out, Mama. Watch out, Mama. Then I have this one. Oh, I'm sorry. I have this one. And this one has the record keeping. I don't know if you can see it. It's like ridges right here. It's like record keeping from the Lemurian times. And they say that when these crystals, these big crystals, fell or whatever, they took a picture of the last thing they saw. And one of these I've got looks like a fish flying in the air on the surface of it. Let me look at this one and see. This one's got you can see the record keeping right there for the tablets. I don't think it's this one. Let me see. No. No. It's got a little guy here. Let me see which one it is. I think it's this one. There's another one. And this one's interesting because of it's a big old, it's got the little record keepers. If you meditate and you rub these, they will give you information. It downloads. And very powerful to meditate with. But this one, is it this one? Oh, I'm looking. One of them I found fishes flying in the air, or it might have been underwater, obviously. It's not this one either. And that's supposed to be the last vision that the crystal saw before it went on, or, got buried or whatever. And this is my favorite one because it's like a ray gun. It's also got the record keeping on it. Maybe this one. This one's had some serious... Let's see if I can show you. That there was a crystal living there and then it fell off. You can see the record keeping. Just touching it gives me chills. Because they love for you to touch them. That's what I was taught. They love for you, when they come to you, like these all came from my uncle, They love for you to touch them, especially when they got the record keeping, those little slices back and forth, all these little like ridges. When you touch them, they love to be touched and talked to. They will give you messages in dreams or in your meditations. And a lot of synchronicities come from these stones for me. A lot of messages from beyond too. They kind of make me feel secure. Oh, I think it is this one. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Oh, it's hard with this camera because I don't think you can see. Anyway, trust me, they got pictures in them. And then oh, here's another one. This is my giant snowflake obsidian. Isn't that cool? It's the biggest one I've ever seen. And just for reference, I've got a little baby one. Come on, camera, focus. And then there's the big one. So there's those. I've got another amethyst. That one's a good one. And then, oh, I love this one. This is a great one to meditate with, especially if you're female. But not only. But it's black moonstone. It's one of my favorites. I got this out of one of those subscription boxes. And it's one of my favorites to meditate with. It gets really powerful when you set it in the moon. Meditating with it under the moon is the most primo way of doing it. Let me see what else I got. Oh, I got this one. I thought this was really unique. It's got the crystals every which way. Can you see them? It's kind of weird to set anywhere because, I mean, they're coming out every which way, so I have to be very careful because they will break off. But that's quartz. I don't know exactly what kind. Just lots of little shards, little points. That came from my uncle. Here's a yellow calcite. Which the reason how you can tell the difference between calcite and quartz is because they're real shiny, and they tend to look the same way. Like somebody might think this is citrine, which it's not. Sometimes you'll see clear calcite, and it has sort of a waxy look. See how that kind of looks like a wax? It has right here. You can see how that looks waxy. That's how you tell the difference between calcite and quartz. Here's some black kyanite. I have a lot of this. I don't know why that's doing that. No wonder it's messing up. Hold on. Oh well. There's that. And then I've got these desert rose, which are the composition of selenite. They have the same similar properties as selenite. I think it's from the same, just a different format of gypsum is also a form of selenite. They're all very similar. Just depends on the form that come in. But these are doubles. They're little twinsies, so I grabbed those. They're real good for relationship work or emotional work. Here's a tiger's eye that I love. It's got really good markings on it. Beautiful. And then I've got coral, a big chunk of coral, which is usually used for fertility, but there's some other protective qualities to it. And then I've got my fluorite wand. I've had this for so long. Let me wipe it off a little bit. I need to clean all my crystals. But here's my fluorite wand. I've had this a really long time. This came from California. when I lived in California, Southern California. But so there's that. And then I have a Bogie stone, which I believe is a tektite or a meteorite. They're supposed to have a friend with it. And they have a boy and a girl. And I think I've got the girl. Because the boy, no, maybe not. Yeah, I've got the girl because they're smooth. The boys have little jagged points popping off of the round surface. And you're supposed to, the kind of like lodestones, you're supposed to pair them. And they got super healing qualities. That high vibrational stone. I don't know what happened to my other Bogie. Here's my Shungite, which is, of course, all the black stones kind of look alike. But this is has a high cold content, but it's sort of a muted, semi-shiny, kind of a dull surface. That's how you can tell the difference between this and, like, let's say jet. I had a piece of jet. They say witches aren't supposed to be able to touch jet without being, they're burning their hand, but I seem to be doing it all right. See how shiny that one is? That looks a lot like obsidian. But this is a little bitty piece of jet. I got it from a special gem store, and I have to keep it separate because I cannot remember what piece of jet looks like as opposed to obsidian. And then I've got amazonite, little beads of amazonite, which is one of my favorites. I love to use this with creative work, like if you're creatively stumped. It kind of helps creativity flow. And then I do have some turquoise and some larimar. Very tiny little pieces here. Let's see if I can't do this one-handed. Yeah. So this is some real turquoise that come from my uncle. He loved turquoise. And then these are larimar. They're Caribbean stone. They're kind of expensive. So that's why I only have those two little beads right there. So there's those. And I have a piece of citrine that I want y'all to tell me if it is heat treated or not. I put a post on there how to tell a fake one. It seems awfully dark to me. I mean, I got it from a gemstone, and I asked the woman, well, is this heat treated? Is it real? She says, no, it's real. And, I mean, it's got some down here, but it's pretty fragile because it's a cross section, but you can kind of see where it's purple there. But then it's got some more down here. But, you know, if you heat amethyst, it turns yellow. So I don't know how I feel about that. It's awfully dark, and the honey stuff is usually pretty expensive. So y'all tell me what you think. Come on. Come on. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And then I got these chips. I went to Sage Goddess, and her stuff is expensive. I now imagine it's wonderful and beautiful, but, you know, it's super expensive to get stones there. I mean, it is. But she had chips, and they were cheap. So I was able to add to my collection with chips, and I thought I could use them in bottles and candles and stuff. This is Dalmatian Jasper, which the properties say the stone of removing obstacles and bringer of joy. Dalmatian Jasper is a paradigm shifter. It grounds you while facilitating life changes. Carry with you, place in a medicine bag or pouch, and hold to the root chakra during spiritual work. So I got she gives you quite a bit. So I got that one. Then I've got, let me see if I can't pour some of this out. Then I've got this golden sheen obsidian. A gentle grounding stone that facilitates shadow integration. It helps bring your darkness into light where it can be healed. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see it on the chips. Some of those chips are pretty good size. But it kind of looks greenish looking. But that's the golden sheen obsidian. You kind of see it there. And then here's one that looks like rhodochrosite. It's like pink and black. And it's actually called Luxulianite. Luxulianite. And it says the stone of self-acceptance and emotional calm. Luxulianite balances turbulent emotions and brings understanding, clarity to accept life's lessons. Kind of runs the same as rhodochrosite. Really, because it's about emotional stuff too. And then this one little tiny baby chip that cost me like $4 for this tiny baby, if I can get it out, sliver of something called, let's see if we can see through it. No, it's black. Again, it's black. Kind of got a sheen to it. Oh, you can see the flares in it. Oh. See how that looks? Anyway, this is hyperasthene. That's hyperasthene. And it offers control, presence, and centeredness for even the busiest of minds. Good for treating bipolar or split personality. Offers integration and direction. I need that. I know that's why I paid that much for that little stone. Because I get pulled in 50 different directions and I can't get my mind straight. But a lot of that comes from stress. Stress will do that. You know, my parents stress me out big time. But that's all I've got right now. I think I've got more, but and then I don't want to forget that I got this amethyst bracelet. That was a gift. I think you remember that. Anyway, thanks guys. Love you.